The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Welcome to Football Fanbox. I'm your host, Fbyt. This is my co-host, Johnny Hightower. We would like to thank everyone for making Football Fanbox the fastest show in Las Vegas. We are grateful.
We have a great show lined up for you this week. We have fantasy football with Bill and Sean, game of the week, and you're going to have a great time with us.
Let's go to our first segment, Ladies First.
We are at halftime between the Gales and the Baller Boys. I'm with the director of cheerleaders, Miss
Cashmere.
And she's going to explain to us what she does. Now, my young lady, how did you get started with these girls?
Well, it all started in basketball season where I saw there was opportunity for me to make a difference and help out in the community. We originally started with 23 girls and now we're at 55 girls solid.
Phenomenal job, young lady.
Thank you.
Now, my question to you is, what's your favorite part about teaching these young ladies?
My favorite part is actually the mentoring part because it's bigger than cheerleading. It's actually being a person where the girls can come to talk to you about anything. They might not be able to talk to their families at home and they can speak with us. So that's actually my favorite part. And of course, seeing the change starting from being so shy to opening up for us. So that's my favorite part.
Absolutely. I can understand where you're coming from with that. It's nice when young ladies have somebody to go to and talk to about different things. Now, give me some examples of some of the challenges you have with being a director of cheerleaders.
The challenges could be sometimes making sure that all the girls are going to make it to practice. At one point, I was picking up at least 15 girls, just making sure that they be there because I understand like if they miss it or if something going on personal at home, they might not be able to come. So just making sure that they're always there.
The mother taking care of all her young ladies. I like that. Now let's say I'll ask this of the other young lady as well. If I had a young lady with me and I wanted to get her in your organization, how would we go about doing that?
Well, we have a Facebook page. It's Baller Boys with a Z, LV. And you can like our Facebook page and we can get you information there.
And my young lady is sharing her time. Thank you very much. Now, I got to ask you a big favor. Would it be all right if we had your young ladies give us a cheer for Football Fanbox?
Of course. They're always ready. Of course.
All right. You're in for a treat, Football Fanbox fans.
We are the Ballers. We like to say hello. We're a loud crowd that represent the purple, white, and gold. So now it's time to hear you shout. Let's keep calling out. Purple, gold, and white. Ballers, let's fight. Purple, gold, and white. Ballers, let's fight. Purple, gold, and white. Ballers, let's fight.
Perfectly done, young ladies. Perfectly done. Welcome to Football Fanbox's Game of the Week. We are looking live at the field between Gales and the Baller Boys. We got the two of the top teams in the league getting ready to give down a big clash. Please enjoy. This next segment is for all the mothers of football players out there. There's a reason football players say hi, Mom, when giving them a microphone. They say it to acknowledge that one person in their life who encouraged them every day to do their best. They say it to thank Mom for waking them up in the morning in time for school, football practice, church, and doing their chores, even though it's Mom's day off. For finding that lost lucky sock in Washington just in time for the big game. Now the whole team thanks her for that. For sitting on those cold steel benches and pretending she was comfortable. For making sure the team had nutritious snacks even though you wanted cookies. For being the best, loudest, lovingest cheerleader through all out the stadium. For kissing the boo-boos with ice creams and Oreos and making them all better. For seeing the importance of sports in their life lessons. And most of all, for being proud of her little baby no matter what. Now, introduce our next segment, Mothers.
Welcome to Football Fanbox's Game of the Week. Football is a brutal and unforgiving sport, and it is most brutal and unforgiving to the mothers of the players. A young mother brings her child home. It is her world. He is her life. He is everything to that young lady. She's responsible for keeping him safe, protecting him, teaching him right from wrong, and how to be sympathetic to others. In football, the brutal sport that it is comes knocking on the door, and it says, we need to borrow your son. We need someone to hit like a hammer, to be hit like a hammer, and to run the ball like nobody's business. It is brutal, passionate, and gives love only when deserved of it. Young mothers look at their child and they see the baby they brought home. The opponents see the person they have to hit down in and down out in order to get the victory. A young mother sees her boy as the baby who likes to sleep with his light on. His teammates see him as the only thing that can give them victory. He runs the ball to the outside, they come after him. She feels every hit. He runs up the middle, 6 guys tackle him. She sees his first birthday party. Like I said, football is a brutal sport to the mothers of the people who play. They chase after her baby like there's no tomorrow. And they don't stop coming. Every mother who has a son who plays this game feels the pain in such a different way that only another mother can understand. She loves him. She cares for him. She is everything. And her reward, seeing 11 kids go after her son like there is no tomorrow. To the mothers of the athletes who play this game, we say thank you and we're sorry. But we need your son for that victory. Your son is the crucial thing that keeps our team together. Your son is the one who picks us up when we are down. Your son is the one who motivates us when we're not quite in the mood to play this game. And you see the little child you bring home, we see the only thing that's going to give us victory. He moves like a cat. He jumps. He skips. He breaks tackles. He runs people down and makes tackles. You see the little boy you love to have breakfast with before he goes to school. Football is an uncaring, unloving sport that we all need. It is the thing that says you earn what you get, because that's what the world demands. Nothing is given free, nothing is handed to you, and nothing will ever be the same once that knock on the door comes to a mother's house. Beautiful runs to the outside, tackling, great hits. A mother sees her baby boy running for his life. Mom, please understand, we need this game in order to be who we are. We need this game to take us to places we never knew we could even go. We need to know how deep the hunger we have inside us goes. We need to know what we can handle and what we can't handle. Football doesn't care how tall you are. Football doesn't care how short you are, how fast you are, how much you can throw. It wants to know, can you help us with this next down? Quarterbacks take the snap. They hand it to the running back. He runs as hard as he can. And moms are in there just hoping that he's okay to go home with her. Moms are in the stands rooting for her son, even if she understands the game in its entirety. She sees her baby. So again, to all you mothers, we say we're sorry. We say we wish there was another way. But we say thank you for your son and all that he does when he's on the field. In terms of his leadership, in terms of his self-confidence that he gives to us, in terms of who he is as a man, we say thank you, Mom, because without you, we have no leader. Without you, we have no one to bring us to the peak of our abilities. Without you, Mom, there is no football. So when you see your little baby out there, remember, he's the leader of men. He is the runner of touchdowns. He is the one who makes the game possible for us. Now, the game of the week is usually something we put into a theatrical form, but this week we had to say thank you to the mothers of all the players. This game was a defensive battle all throughout the first half, and it wasn't until the second half that the Ballers decided to run away with it. You are looking at the fourth quarter of the game between the Ballers and the Gales, and both teams gave it all they had. But it was at the end of the game when the Ballers decided to run away. It's when the Ballers decided who are who they are. And at the end, shaking of the hands, greeting of the players, and the showing of respect. And again, we say, thank you, Mom. Now, for the bonus interviews. I'm here with the real men of the Youth Football League, and let's get started. I'm here with referee
Nick Winder,
Josh Ochoa,
Jake Ballantyne,
DJ Young.
All right, now let's get to the deep-hearted questions. Now, how did y'all get started in this career being a referee?
Well, I always had a passion for football. I played high school, college. When I came back home, I still wanted to be a part of it, so I put on the stripes.
Men giving back to the community, you can't go wrong with that. So we urge everybody, if you can get a chance to help out in the community, do it. The kids will appreciate it, and they'll be better people for it. Now, how did you find out about the league, and how did you join?
My dad used to ref for the same company, and so I got recommended through him.
Just like that. Nice and smooth. How did you find your way here?
I got asked to do it one day. I was in high school, just did it for free, and then I ended up getting offered some money for it. I was like, well, I already like it. Might as well come out and do it.
You can't go wrong with that. Somebody offered you money to do something, you do it. Make sure it's legal. Now, my man, how did you get started?
Man, I was a high school star, and then I tore my ACL, so I just wanted to come back and out here and do it.
I like that. Everybody finds their different journeys of how we got here. Now, the important question, my thing I want to know is, what's your favorite part about being a decision maker out here?
Making sure everybody's safe, that's all. It don't matter.
I like that. Making sure everybody's safe, keeping it fair and even.
Make sure the kids know the rules and everything's fair on both sides so the kids can play and we don't take anything away from them.
Love that.
Yeah, help keeping them safe, coach them, teach them what they need to do, how to line up, all of that.
Just like that. Get out here and help out. Referee, call some calls. That way we can get good officials out here making calls. I like that, just like you gentlemen.
Yeah, I just like being in control. I like running stuff.
All right, Miss Janet Jackson, I see you. Now, give me the challenges. Don't hold nothing back. What's the toughest part, in your opinion, to being a ref out here?
The most challenging part is the parents that don't know the game but think they know the game but don't know what they're talking about.
Take it easy on the ref. They're grown men helping out. Don't be so rough on them.
Yeah, I have to say the same thing. It's definitely the parents.
Was that rough?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I would have to agree with them. Yeah, it would be the parents.
We'll find one of the kids to start your car. Now, what's your favorite part? All right.
Well, it's definitely going to be parents and coaches. Definitely, they're playing too much Madden at home, and they think this is the NFL when there's a lot of different rules, and we're out here keeping people safe. They don't see that. So.
You know what? I'm making a stand for y'all right now. If you're watching this and your kids play youth football, take it easy on the ref. They're human beings. They love, they scare, they love, they... Be nice to the referees, please. Now, my man, don't say it. Give me something different.
Some of these dads, man, they think they can get out here and do it. It's not as easy. You gotta understand the kids gotta learn. It's a learning process with the kids. Man, that's all.
I dig it. Fathers, take it easy on the refs, man. That's all we're saying. We are at the Ballers and Gals football game. I am here with the chairman of the Baller Boys. And your name is?
Coach Coleman.
We are here with Coach Coleman. Now, Coach, how did you get started with your league?
Well, I got started with Baller Boys. We came from a basketball program in Doolittle. It was our third season. Started out with 20 kids. Our second season, we ended up getting more kids, you know, in the city. Our third season, it picked up. I brought on Cash, my cheer coordinator. We got the girls. We got more kids involved. So what we did is we came together and said we want to do something better for the kids than just basketball. So we reached out and made a football program, and it just clicked off from there. You know, for right now, actually we got 5 teams. We got flag all the way up to 12U, you know.
That is perfect. And it is phenomenal how it was done. You started a dream, you made it work, and he stuck with it. That's the thing I want you kids to understand. When you have a dream, sometimes it doesn't work right off the bat. You have to stick with it. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Stick
sir.
with your dreams and it'll work. You just can't have a dream, it doesn't work, and you go off to do something else. Now, my question for you is, what's your favorite part?
My favorite part is just giving these kids something to do. When I was growing up, I didn't have no mentor. You know, I didn't have nobody to put me into sports. Some of these kids right now have single-parent mothers. Some of these kids can't afford to play football. So what I do is I go out there and I bust my butt looking for sponsors, looking for guys that can help out in the community, you know, reaching out, you know, to be a part of this organization right now, you know. So what I did is basically sat down with my staff. I got lucky, you know, with a good staff behind me, a good program behind me, a good support, and my future is bright right now. It's really bright.
Just like that. Now, that's an inspiring story. Now, I got to ask you, because everything's not easy, just to emphasize that point, what are some of the challenges you face right now?
The challenge I face right now is just more of the black community. You know, just trying to get everybody together. Get everybody together, you know, if everybody get on the same page right now in the youth sport right now, that's my only challenge, is getting more coaches and getting more parents, the support behind it. You know, if we can do that part right now, then, you know, the city be back where it's supposed to be at.
I like that.
You know, I just started watching football this year. And for a long time, I really thought it was big guys running to big guys. I never thought what was in it, that commitment, the trust, and the dedication, the timing. It's a beautiful thing to learn. And I hope you guys teach me everything you know.
You know Las Vegas has your back.
Yes.
Now, with the highlights we've just seen, is all about mothers letting their sons be grown men. At some point, we got to let the kids go. And I think the mothers of Las Vegas have done a great job letting their kids play football. Let's get into our next segment, Picks of the Week. Welcome to Football Fanbox's High School Picks of the Week. The highlights you are looking at are from this past week's Gorman versus Spring Valley match. Gorman came out ahead in that game, and they played like there was no tomorrow. We have Needles coming out ahead this week. Green Valley showing how it gets down when it comes to playing football. Foothill over Chaparral. Desert Oasis beating up on Silverado.
North Tahoe, you give it all you got because Pershing County is coming, and that's our pick to win this week. Cheyenne over Mopa Valley. Now, we have Tonopah getting a victory this week. Bishop Gorman continuing its dominance. Galena, get ready because Spanish Springs are going to bring you all they have. Fernley going against Churchill County. Churchill County, you remember how you play football and you get down. Lincoln County over Lake Mead Academy. Legacy over Faith Lutheran Mojave. Get ready for Arborview because they are going to bring the hammer. Douglas going down against McQueen. McQueen knows how to play this game, and they're going to demonstrate it this week. Desert Pines over Centennial. Canyon Springs going against Palo Verde, and we have Canyon Springs getting the victory. The Meadow School, we are rooting for you this week. Bishop Montague over Reno. Legacy going down at the hands of Faith Lutheran. Liberty going down against Coronado. Wells, Virginia City, we are taking Virginia City. Truckee, play the game like you know how to play it, and we have you coming out ahead. Eureka over Excel Christian. Those are our picks for this week. Get out there and support your team and stay safe.
My favorite part about football is the arguing about it. Now, to me, Eagles are the best. A guy from Chicago may think the Bears are the best. But no matter what, it's all love and it's all understanding at the end of the day. But the arguing is what makes it a great topic. Now, let's get into our next segment, Fantasy Football with Bill and Sean.
Hello, Las Vegas, and welcome back to another edition of Football Fanbox, King of Las Vegas Fantasy Football Contest. We're at that point of the season now where we're past the halfway point, but we're not quite to the playoffs. So we're going to move on to some other topics. And believe me, we're going to get back to fantasy football in a couple weeks. But today we're just going to talk football-related things.
Just like a locker room.
Yeah, anything, locker room talk, anything with football-related. So, Sean.
Why don't we start off with the obvious going on right now? Hugh Jackson, the Browns finally make a decision to fire him. Isn't that about time?
I like Hugh Jackson, but going into that job, you have to know that any season you can be fired. Any second you can be fired. Any game you can be fired. Because like I always say, it's Cleveland. And then when you go to Cleveland, you got to expect that. You know you're going to draft a quarterback. 2, you know your running back's going to be injured or traded to a team that has a chance of winning. And it's Cleveland. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, Cleveland, you're terrible, all right? And I'm tired of using everybody else as a scapegoat. It's not Hugh Jackson's fault. It's not the players' fault. It is the front office. You're a joke, all right? How many times are you going to get top 5 picks and be in the basement every year?
But we love people in Cleveland. Cleveland rocks.
People in Cleveland are awesome. They don't deserve that.
At all.
I feel for the people in Cleveland.
Yeah, they're good, hard-working, blue-collar, beer-drinking, sports-loving people. And
Philadelphia.
You deserve better. You know, you got the Indians, you know, but you never get over the top there. You lost LeBron. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to have the Browns. And it's the front office. That's your problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to sneak back into fantasy football for a quick second. And we're going to discuss Mr. Gurley taking a knee on the 3-yard line, which was beautiful because I don't have him. If only I knew somebody who had Gurley and who suffered that pain and him being an intelligent player. I would love to get their opinion.
I think we have somebody.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. You know.
What was going through your mind?
I wanted to put my foot through the TV. I swear. Gurley, I love you. You're dominating for me, but come on, get in the end zone.
He said, one intelligent person at running back and he plays on your team.
I'll tell you one thing that's on my mind is the Amari Cooper trade to Dallas for a first-round pick. A first-round pick for Amari Cooper.
Somebody got a good deal on that.
Someone got a real good deal, and that's fine. That's fine for the Raiders getting a first-round pick. You know, they got 3 first-round picks next year.
Yeah.
But Amari Cooper, come on.
Yeah.
You know, and what really hurts with that is they now set the standard coming up to trade deadline. I mean, Le'Veon Bell. If the Steelers are going to trade Le'Veon Bell, what are they going to what are they going to give up?
Only thing that's better than that is the fact that Dallas was dumb enough to pick him up. I don't think he was worth a first-round pick. And I'm glad Dallas gave up a first-round pick to get a third-round pick wide receiver. Amari Cooper's a good guy. He's excellent off the field, no problems whatsoever. But he's not a first or second-round pick.
Yeah, that's all going to change going to Dallas. We know what happens when you go to Dallas. You know, you're right in the police blotter. So sorry, Amari, your career's done. But you know what? Let's move on to some college topics here.
That's a little different. Yeah.
What do you feel?
Playoffs. I'm sorry. Playoffs. It's a ripoff. UCF. If I'm one of those players, I'm screaming to everybody who would listen. It's a ripoff. Their team is undefeated. They were undefeated last year. Beat the SEC dominant team Auburn and still got smacked in the face this year. 5 or 6 teams, I don't have the paperwork in front of me right now. 5 or 6 teams have one loss and they're still above USC, UCF, who went undefeated last year, who's still undefeated this year and still isn't getting respect. It should be some kind of investigation. FBI should be asked to come into this.
I mean, are you
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a ripoff. It's a ripoff, and I'm disgusted by the whole thing. It's a complete fallacy.
Sean, what do you feel about the playoffs?
I think, I mean, you got to get more teams in there, I think, I mean, in order to allow for those teams that go undefeated. But I understand, though, a little bit. I mean, that adds more weeks on college players, more chances to get hurt. They're not played yet, so it's a tough one.
I'm going to tell you how you solve this whole problem, all right? The 14 playoff is perfect. The problem is the conferences, all right? I know this is never going to happen, and it's a pipe dream, but every year you pre-rank the top 40 teams, all right? Break them up into 4 conferences, each conference 2 divisions of 5. All right, the two division winners will play a conference championship, and then the 4 winners go into a 4-game playoff.
I understand where you're coming from. I still don't like it. It's an easy fix. It's the easiest fix in the world. You make an 18 playoff, and you do it fairly. You do the system that you have, and you go 8 teams. If you lose, you go to the bottom, regardless of your schedule, regardless of whatever.
Well, if you go to an 18 playoff, UCF is still out.
No, it's not. Not if you use the system that's getting ready to come out tomorrow. The college playoff system comes out tomorrow, and we'll find out how legitimate the college football world is. And start paying those players like Alabama does.
They get paid enough when they get in the pros.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
No paying the players. You get a college tuition, okay, and that's
a lot.
That's a lot.
You're getting paid a lot right there.
Go to class, get an education. All right, guys, we're out of time. That's how we see it.
But you do what you want.
We like to thank Roden's Reels for providing us with great footage for football from all around the city. He does a great job, and if you'd like to see its work in its entirety, please go to Vimeo. You will greatly enjoy it. Now, my young lady, we did a segment earlier between the Gales and the Baller Boys, and a lot of people felt it was a little rough. As a mother, how did it make you feel?
Actually, it wasn't rough at all. I mean, for me to see them out there, it looks rough, but it's not at all. And I think for the child, it's something that they look forward to, and that you should not take that from them at all.
Continue to let your kids play football.
Definitely.
We'll see you next week, and always stay safe.